press the edit button. I think it is day 16, not day 17. I will fix that on YouTube as well. So live streaming challenge day 16, not 17. The 17 was written by accident. Yes, I have to fix the camera as well here, right? Video capture device, go to properties. Yeah, it has properties somewhere. Yeah, since the screen is very small, I'm getting confused. Camera control, I think zoom, focus. Zoom is okay. I think I should zoom in a little bit more and tilt it down. That works, right? Because this is how I will be studying mostly. I can even take it a step further. And pan wise, yeah, I think this is better, right? No, it's not. This I have to zoom in quite a bit more for it. But then my face would be very, very large. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Is it? I hope it's not too big for people. But anyway, I'm just keeping it as it is now. If you're wondering why my voice sounds so weird, I have been using licorice a bit. Yeah, let me start social stream, otherwise I won't be able to see anything in chat. I forgot about social stream entirely. Yeah, I guess I should go and say hello over there. It on and I'll go and say hello. Yo, Young, nice to see you. I was just saying I should see if someone is in the chat. I should say good afternoon, right? Yeah, as I was saying yesterday, the laptop kept crashing, so I'm using a temporary one. Hope this one doesn't crash. Yeah, I was just saying yesterday that the laptop keeps crashing, right? It just stopped working entirely yesterday. Got a mock test tomorrow, so I have to focus a lot more today. The laptop, it's just stuck. It tries to update, fails, and it shuts down. It doesn't even shut down actually. I have to power it off manually. I'm talking to the Dell technicians and they say it should be fixed today afternoon. Otherwise, they'll have to give me a replacement or something because it has been this way for the last few weeks actually. The funny part is I'm only using that laptop to do the same thing I'm using, that is just streaming, basic streaming and chat. That's it. And this laptop that I'm using currently, it has like less than half the specs and it does everything fine. But the expensive one just keeps crashing. Yeah, really, I mainly got the laptop hoping it would cause no issues. It's actually taking up time instead of saving time. It's like the people who are buying the new graphics card RTX 5090. It's burning up, it's giving black screen errors. They're paying like $3,000 for a graphics card, and then it doesn't even work. Basically, there is like a range of products where until that point you're safe. If you spend too much or too less, then you get stuck. The salesman was telling me, wow, this is like the first time I have ever seen an Alienware laptop causing problems. It's 10 in the morning. I think it should be around 12 or 1 for you, right? Yeah, East Asia is a bit ahead of us. Southeast Asia, sorry. East and Southeast both are ahead, but still. Our friend from USA is not here today. I think it's still too early for him. But he has a weird schedule. He wakes up like he doesn't sleep at night at all. Wakes up in the afternoon or something. Yeah, there are a lot of people struggling with sleep these days. Even I had some issues 2 3 months ago. It really wasn't pleasant. You just take sleep for granted, and when it starts causing issues, then you really realize how important it is. Yeah, at least my sleep schedule is now fixed, so I'm very happy about that. If nothing else, I'm at least sleeping properly. There is some online video, I think there is a clip. I don't remember who it is. It's one of those self help guys. I think it's Jordan Peterson. He was saying like if you just adjust your routines, then you're already 30% of your life is already good. Because you spend nearly 8 hours sleeping. If your food is just food and your everyday habits are good, then half your life would be good. Then the other half might follow. Thought that made a lot of sense. But how are things for you? I have been just talking about myself. Yeah, like think of how much time, let's say you have 20, if you're asking about the habit thing, you have 24 hours in the day, right? How much time you spend doing the just the regular things, sleeping, eating, or just other, let's say, chores and everything. If you just take care of that, half your day would be good. But that's very easy to say and very hard to do. I have been trying for the past year or so, maybe even more, fix things, and now it's another 60-day challenge, as you can see. What are you up to? How are things in Philippines? I could actually get a question on Philippines. No, no, generally. Or if you're talking about yourself, then you can also say what happened today. What you're, if you're planning anything. Nice. Do you play any games or just watch them on Twitch? Oh, good luck with that, man. That's getting more and more difficult these days. That makes some sense, but because a lot of people do watch games like, say, football or cricket without really playing them themselves. But esports, I don't know. So, which games do you usually watch? Yeah, I think there is serious latency. I don't know how to fix that, if it's even possible, because a lot of people seem to just answer immediately, right? It's like maybe if we called someone on Mars or something after a few years, the conversation is like that. You have to wait a lot for a response. Is the chat latency everywhere on Twitch or just this channel? Yeah, hold on. I'll see if I can change the chat latency. Nice. I personally watch a lot of, not a lot of, but sometimes I do watch compilations of people getting, basically losing at Dark Souls or something like that. It's funny to watch, but probably not so fun if you're playing yourself. Yeah, I will try to remove the chat latency if I can. Stream. Yeah, but it's already on low latency. I don't know. Aside from studying, at the moment, nothing much. I'm just starting to run like a 5 kilometer program. I'm trying to complete it in a few weeks. So basically, study, workout, try to fix your schedule, and that's it. I used to play a lot of games, watch a lot of movies, TV series, animated series, everything. But now it's trying to cut all of that down and focus. Yeah, I did try to check the stream latency, by the way. It's already on low latency mode. Not sure if I can fix that, how I can change that if I can. Yeah, a lot. It was either single player or in multiplayer. I used to play Age of Empires mainly. Yeah, there is no non-mod chat delay either. So whatever you're saying should immediately appear. If it's not, I will have to find out why. That's good, but if we can fix it, then it can be even better, right? Do you get latency on all the channels or is it just here? Oh, I looked it up, and apparently the delay is there for everyone. Yeah, Reddit has a thread regarding this, but it's an 8-year-old thread. You would hope things have improved since then, but apparently not. If we can check, that would be great. Thanks. I guess the latency is there in every chat, right? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not something we can fix apparently. That's why a lot of people seem to add chat on their video, because then viewers know exactly what they're responding to. Good. Yeah, I'll just put in a to-do list for myself here so I can don't get distracted by other things. A lot of things to be done today. The exam is tomorrow and so many topics are remaining. I think that's a familiar feeling, right? um, Outside, you're getting outside noise. Oh, like at your place. I thought you were getting some background noise from me. What festival are they celebrating? Yeah, we have a lot of those here as well. And people always use loudspeaker and dance, no matter what the festival is about. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. So you're not originally from Philippines, or is that just a region you're talking about? It's like a regional saint. Maybe I'll just put OBS over here so the chat won't disappear. That way, I think you can even see when your message appears. Yeah, we don't have those bands and karaoke over here. Oh, okay. Welcome back. What's up? Yeah, I think even Kukyau one can also relate with this. Apparently, as Young is telling me in the chat, there is a festival celebration going on at his place close by, and people are being very loud. No, no, Young is from Philippines. They have some local saint they are celebrating. But yeah, Navratri celebration here gets very loud. It's not just Navratri, every festival is loud. Loudspeaker is now part of the culture. Some kind of festival food, I'm assuming? Or what are those things called? Like candles and something else is there, right? I'm forgetting what it's called in English. Incense stick, yes. Incense sticks. Which one? Or both? Nice. At least that's a good thing. In a lot of festivals, they do give really good food. There is a temple in India. It's very famous with regarding the deity and everything. But a lot of people go there just to eat the food. I think. Yeah, but the food is actually good. I did try it. It's actually very clean and taste is good. It's not like spicy or too sweet. It's just a very basic flavor that you can actually enjoy. You can eat a lot of it and not feel bad about eating. Now you can see chat on the screen, right? So you should get how much delay is there after you send the message. What's Yeah, word is not happy about organizations. It only wants organization. Yeah, at least this way it's a conversation, so you can see when I'm getting the message and when I'm responding. Yeah. Yeah, you were asking me what else I do these days. Sometimes I play chess, but I try to avoid it since it's very, very addictive, especially the shorter time controls. You start playing, it's very difficult to stop. Yeah, yeah, that I understood. You don't play it anymore? But actually, a lot of people started playing chess in pandemic because everybody was at home and with nothing to do. That's when a lot of chess content creators started getting a lot of viewers and everything. I don't know what that is, so I would say no. What is that? Dama? Dema? No, no. I don't even know what that is. Just hold on a second, okay? I will be back. Well, I'm actually still here, but somebody's calling. It's my sister. She's on her vacations and has some free time, so she keeps calling. Okay, checkers is not played so much. Mostly it's just chess. India is actually very big on chess generally. But no, as I was saying, checkers is not big here at all. I don't think I know anyone that actually plays it. But chess, I have a lot of friends who do. Especially now, this generation is a lot more into chess because we also have a world chess champion now, finally. Another Indian world chess champion, right? So a lot of kids are taking inspiration and starting to play. Yeah, I have not played either of those. I don't know what that is. But actually, I am planning to check those out someday. Like the alternate similar games like chess. Let's just say China has Go, Japan has their Shogi, and now it's Dama or checkers. Is that how it's called? Dama? Am I mispronouncing it? Yeah, at least from looking at the way people play chess here, no, they are not very smart. My nephew has been playing chess these days as well. At, when he was a little bit younger, I tried to get him into chess, but he really disliked studying anything related to chess, so I just let it go. Thought he should just play whatever he likes, but now he's getting back into chess and trying to improve. Okay, good. You know, the cool part about these games is even kids are very good at those. You can get good very quickly at a young age. Like the world chess champion or a lot of grandmasters are by 10 or 11 years old, they're already in the elite category. In general, you have to let kids win the games in general category in any other sport, but in chess, if your opponent is a kid, then you have to be scared because kids are actually very good at some basic things, like in end games or something like that. They just keep going, and then you feel very bad because you lost to a kid. Nice. Did you have any rating or such? Like you played online or offline? Chess is also big on Twitch. If you sometimes look at the top streamed categories, chess is one of the almost at the top of the leaderboard sometimes. You don't really expect them there to be a lot of viewers who like watching chess, but now since there are faster time formats, people just enjoy just sitting back and watching the best players play it. Because when it was the older formats, right? Let's just say classical chess, which took like three hour plus for each game. Then you have to go into each and every move very carefully, taking care of analysis, and very few people used to watch it. But now they are. It's just 3 minutes per side or 1 minute per side. Those are the standard formats. People can just sit back and enjoy watching those because it's very fast, and uh, but the quality of games is still very high. If you look at the very top of the top, they still play unbelievably good. Wow, it's that loud, huh? Yeah, I was just saying, chess is now one of the most streamed games on Twitch as well. Okay. If you look at the Twitch leaderboard sometimes, then you will see that chess is being watched by a lot of people, especially when there are big tournaments. I was saying when, let's just say, a couple of years ago, it wasn't the norm because they were playing longer games. But now there is a limit on a time limit, like 3 minutes per game, 6 minutes per game, or even 2 minutes per game. Those are very fast and quick to watch, fun to watch. Sorry. So did you go out and have the food today or no? You're just sitting at home at the moment. Yeah, asked if you went and had the religious festival food or no. Because you said it smelled good, right? So maybe you can just have a taste. Do they give it out or no? It's just for the people involved only. Not so sure about what? Oh, okay. You're saying you're not sure about the festival. Yeah. Are you looking to explore or you are just want to chill at home instead? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what this site is, but this bot is always sending people, sending this message always, always. Every stream there is this message that go to streamboo.com and you will get the best viewers. I think people who are trying to stream professionally do get videos. Yeah, they do pay these sites to get some viewers so they can get the partnership status and all those things. I actually have someone in on Twitch who keeps messaging me regularly. I don't think that's a bot, it's a person, but they want to help me improve my stream. It's incredible how big of a business even streaming has become. Streamings and podcast. Looks like everybody seems to have one. So about the festival or whatever, is it going to go on the whole day or it's just a limited time period for, or you don't know? Yeah, yeah, you go, take your time, you have fun. And no, no, you also you don't bother me. That's not a problem. And go check out the festival if you can. Maybe it's fun, something new to do. Yeah, okay. YouTube tool is also working at the moment. Excuse me. Just going to drink some water. I'll be back. So I guess I will continue. I'll try to read out loud so I can focus on what I'm doing. OECD has created Global Commission on Economics of Water. What kind of question am I expecting here? I'm not expecting any question really there, but they might just ask if it's a UN body, and Global Commission on Water is not a UN body. So next is 3.3, that is waste management. Global Framework on Chemicals Fund is there. Targeting safe and sustainable management of chemicals and waste. This is the initiative. Project call for, why are there so many terminologies? But anyway, GFC fund is set up during fifth international conference on chemicals management. So obviously chemicals are an issue. So for chemicals, there is, to manage the chemical waste and everything, there is a conference which meets annually, and they have created a global framework on chemicals fund. Currently, it complements existing financial mechanisms like Global Environment Facility, etc. So they do want to support low and middle income countries there, including small island developing. Okay, this is something they can ask because always it's a matter of contention whether low income countries are being supported or not. Target medium is target medium scale projects. Medium scale projects they can. I don't think they'll ask if it's medium scale or not. What they can do is they will change this to a large scale projects with very high impact or something. Probably not. Executive boards take official. So basically, the global fund chemical framework on chemicals. Two national representatives of each UN region. So total of 10 members and representatives of all donors and contributions. The financial support is selected projects voluntary funding of no projects will receive voluntary funding. Okay. Then global initiatives for sustainable management of chemicals. Yeah, the important one is Basel Convention. International treaty to regulate transboundary movement of Basel Convention for hazardous waste. I should also check out how Basel is actually pronounced.
Basel.
Basel, okay.
Basel. Basel.
Basel. It's the Basel Convention, not the Basel Convention.
Basel.
Switzerland, Basel. Okay. Basel, Switzerland. This is the funny thing. You read something, you understand the word, you understand what it stands for, but you don't know how it's exactly pronounced. That's the problem with languages like English. Right? That the pronunciation is, that's what they call, I think, diction and pronunciation are separate. But anyway, the important conventions are Basel Convention and Stockholm Convention. Convention is for persistent organic pollutants, and Basel Convention is for transboundary movement of hazardous waste. Then SciCM is for chemical management. So anyway, what is to be remembered here? The Global Fund chemical framework on chemicals is a thing that is nothing major here actually. It's just two members of United Nations regions. That is the only important thing in the whole topic. It's multi-sectoral, yeah. It will also work on illegal trade, hazardous pesticides. Yeah, of course, it's a chemical fund. Then I go for e-waste. E-waste wise, United Nations Institute. Okay, there is a global e-waste monitor. I don't know. Is this a report? I think it's a report. Global e-waste monitor 2024. Yeah, report funded and prepared in partnership by Unitar. What is Unitar? See, there are so many small things. Unitar cycle program and ITU. Let me just check if Unitar is a UN special agency or not. I have never heard of Unitar actually. No, it's not a special agency. That's why I haven't heard of it. But it's apparently a training arm of the United Nations system. So there are UN bodies. There are UN principal organs. There are 6 bodies which are special funds, and there are some 15-16 United Nations specialized agencies, and then there is UNITAR, which is a training arm. So anyway, this UNITAR and ITU I know is definitely a UN specialized agency. Those things are together. They have started this global e-waste monitor report. Yes, cycle or something the name. So basically, e-waste wise, only 22% is completely formally collected. Yeah, this is something they can ask. Highest e-waste is generated by Europe, followed by Oceania and America. That's not something you'd expect because America probably has a lot of e-waste, right? That's why this can be a tricky question. E-waste wise, it's Europe is highest, then Oceania, and then America. India is the third largest e-waste generator. So, okay, when you look at per capita, Europe is the highest. That makes sense. America is a large continent with a lot of people in it, and a lot of poor people as well. That is, even Mexico is part of America as well. But India is the third largest e-waste generator. So China, USA, India in terms of e-waste. E-waste does have some benefits, like precious metals can be recovered from it. But in India, the problem is informal recycling is there. So 85% of e-waste is managed by unorganized sector. That is something, a statistic that can be useful. Adequate infrastructure, huge imports. Yeah, so we do allow import of e-waste for recycling. Now, e-waste management. There are hazardous waste management rules, 2003. There are e-waste rules, 2011. They introduced the concept of EPR. So EPR basically means if a company sells you a product, let's say a laptop, and it turns out to be junk, then you throw it away. It's actually their responsibility to collect it. Then e-waste management rules 2016. There is also producer responsibility organization. So there have been at least 5 times that there is a hazardous waste management rules. There are e-waste management rule 11, 16, 22, and now there is a second amendment 2023, and then there is another amendment 2024. So many amendments to the rules, and things are still not fixed. So management of refrigerant is being covered here. Relaxation of timelines for filing of returns. Okay, so basically the 2024 rules are the most important, and you have to check what they do. Relax the timelines for filing of returns. Central government can establish one or more platform. Okay, so this is something they can ask. State governments can establish the platform, or central government. So EPR certificates, central government will create a platform for exchange. And who will fix the prices? CPCB will fix the highest and lowest prices. Okay. MIT, that is Ministry of Electronics and Information Tech, it has developed technology for indigenous recovery. So what is important here? Okay, the Basel Convention is here again to check the movement of countries, hazardous waste. Then Global E-Waste Statistics Partnership between United Nations University. E-Waste challenges there, WEF E-Waste challenges there. Then R2 Code of Practices, Reuse and Recycle Code. Responsible recycling. So basically, what are the important things in this topic? First is there are some, what even was the topic? Let me remember what the topic was. E-waste, right? Yeah. So the most highest e-waste generators are China, USA, then India. Then the second thing is when you look at per capita, then it becomes Europe, Oceania, and I believe the third is United States. Yeah, Europe, Oceania, US, or America. You cannot really call the continent United States, right? At least now, at least for now. Then Global E-Waste Monitor. Yeah, the point is the Global E-Waste Monitor report has been released, and who has released it? It's UNTAR, UNITAR. UNITAR and ITU have released the report. They are saying less than 20, like 22% is only recycled. Then they are saying um, largest e-waste generators are China, USA, then India. Then they are saying per capita wise, it's Europe, then USA, then India. Sorry, Europe, then US, Europe, then Oceania, then USA. Then e-waste thing is nearly 80% of the meant for recycling is sent to developing countries. Even India allows import for recycling. Then e-waste management in India, e-waste, it introduced the concept of yeah, 2011 rules are important because they introduced the concept of EPR, and then 2016 rules are there. There is producer responsibility organization. 2022, 23, 24. All 3 years there have been amendment to the rules. And what are the amendments? CPCB will fix the lower and upper limits, and the upper limits of our EPR certificate sale, and the central government will create a platform. Okay, that takes care of this issue as well. I will just be back in like 1 minute. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Let me continue with this pollution and environment degradation chapter. I'll try to complete it as soon as possible. So maybe I can do a little bit more IR and such. Now the next topic is battery waste management. There is environmental compensation for battery waste. Basically, environmental compensation, even if you pay the compensation, then you're still obligated to complete your EPR, or you have to get your EPR certificates and submit them. So basically, if all types of batteries are covered in this, that is something I guess it can be a question. That is, EPR is also present. Then there is EC, that is environmental compensation. So basically, mandatory phase-in targets are there for using recycled material there. That is something can be a question again. You have to phase in recycled material by 2030. You have to achieve at least 20%. That's it. I think in terms of battery waste, there is not much. You just have to remember all kinds of batteries are covered. CPCP will be the one which will be giving compensation. Sorry, yeah, environmental compensation. And even if you pay compensation, you are not absolved of your EPR responsibility. Then there are two EC regimes. Vision will probably ask this question. UPSC is almost certainly won't go into this kind of depth. Coverage, electrical vehicle, all kinds of batteries are covered. That's something you can remember. I should remember, that is. And that takes care of battery rules as well. Now we go for other types of pollution. Yeah, plastic pollution. As far as I know, there is also a report for plastic. Sorry, a specific rules for plastic pollution are also there. Status of plastic pollution report is given by UNEP. UNEP is something you have to remember here. Plastic pollution report is given by UNEP. Is it a report? What is it? India is again third globally, 5.5 million tons for single-use plastic. Even in e-waste, India is third. Even in plastic pollution, India is third. Annual plastic pollution has doubled. In 10 years, we have doubled the annual plastic pollution. Although that's a positive for our manufacturing capabilities, that's a very big negative for our environment. Yeah, this is a portion I find a little bit difficult. There are so many plastics and so many names, but I guess it's a good thing that they have included one complete, at least basic names. So PET plastic, polyethylene terephthalate, that is PET. Beverage bottle, oh, that's why this is famous. PET is used in beverage bottles, while high density polyethylene is used in detergent bottles. Okay, then PVC is used in plumbing pipes. Then low density is used in bubble wrap. That makes sense, right? PET is used for your regular beverage bottles. Then high density polyethylene is used in your detergent bottles and such. Low density is used for bubble wraps. And then there is PVC, polyvinyl chloride, that is plumbing pipes. Polypropylene is used for straws, and polystyrene. Styrofoam is polystyrene, right? Polystyrene or styrofoam is a product for product packaging. Okay. Vinyl chloride gives cancer. Benzene causes leukemia and lymphoma. Styrene is neurotoxic and carcinogen. Yeah, bisphenol A, there has been a question. Chemical used to make polycarbonate plastic. This has already been a question, bisphenol A. So what is there in terms of plastic? UNEP has released the report. Then India is third. Then PVC, high density, low density, and polystyrene, PVC. Sorry, PET, PVC. PET, high density, low density, PVC. Then styrofoam or polystyrene, and polypropylene. These 5 types of plastic. Then chemicals used in, they are just carcinogens and neurotoxins. And, bisphenol A is used for production of polycarbon plastics. Okay. Other than that, what are the initiatives taken to curb plastic pollution? Initiatives taken to curb plastic pollution. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this, at least the third, before I take any kind of break. Otherwise, I will not be able to finish anything. Basically, none of the subjects would be complete otherwise. So I have to just push through this sleepiness and continue. Um, okay, Rio Plus 20 Summit is where they launched the global partnership on plastic pollution. Then there is MARPOL Convention, Marine Pollution Convention, adopted by IMO. Then there is Basel Convention, that we know. Countermeasure 2 project, we know. Then there is UNEP Plastics Initiative, UNEA's resolution to end plastic pollution. There is also plastic PT. This is something I should remember. Glow litter. I guess from glow lighter you can remember. Those are. What color is that? What color is a glow lighter? Is it green? Light green color? Glow lighter has a light green yellowish color. But it's, the glow lighters are made up of plastics. So glow litter is a project in Norway, IMO and FAO for sea-based plastic. Yeah, this is another question that keeps coming. 1972 Convention on the Prevention of Marine Pollution. Yeah. slightly itchy here. Convention on the prevention of marine pollution by dumping of waste. Convention on prevention of marine pollution by dumping of waste. That is the London Convention. There is also a Marine Pollution Convention, that is MARPOL. I should actually know what the difference between MARPOL and London Convention is. Should I look it up? Yeah, it's the first search. Okay, London Convention is specifically for deliberate disposal, while MARPOL is focusing on prevention of spills, even includes accidental discharge. So London Convention is saying don't throw waste in the sea, while MARPOL is saying don't try to reduce emissions from your ships even if they are unintentional. Okay. In India, we have plastic waste management rules. We have Environment Protection Act, single-use plastics ban. Unplastic Collective is also there. CII, UNEP, and WWF. Yeah, this is an UPSC does have a very irritating habit of asking these random things like, what is Project Replan? Replan is reduce plastic. Replan is reduce plastic. Launched by Khadi and Village Industries Commission. Another thing to remember is Khadi and Village Industries Commission, KVIC. Life mission is obviously there. Ban on single-use products is there. Beat plastic pollution, Plastic Free India. These initiatives are there. Okay. Then there is microplastic. Yeah, they are getting in the testes. And primary microplastic, tiny particles designed for commercial use. Okay. So primary and secondary are two types. Primary are just designed for commercial use, but secondary is breakdown of larger plastic atoms. It impacts environment and human health. It's toxic, it disturbs the food chain, it's bad for human health, as you can see. Blood, lungs, breast milk, placenta, testes, all of the region there is plastic. Okay, that microplastics was a very short topic. You just have to remember there are two types, primary and secondary. Primary was just built for that purpose, and secondary is when they break down over time. Then there is a plastic overshoot day. Yeah, this is something you have to remember. Earth Action is one that remembers plastic, one that celebrates plastic overshoot day. So basically, if you consider your recycling capacity through 1 year and the amount of plastic waste generated in that year, that's the comparison. So for determined by countries, mismanaged waste index is also there. For India, the mismanaged waste index is very high. I think we overshoot on just 6 days or something. Plastic overshoot day. Earth Action is the one who brings the report. The least you can remember is Earth Action, and mismanaged waste index for India is very high. That is 68%. I think that's it. Remember in the whole page. Then mercury pollution is in news because UNEP is working on plastic. UNEP is also working on mercury. 134 million initiative to phase out mercury. Okay, phase out mercury. Thermometers and what is this called? Spigonome. These medical terms are always difficult to pronounce. This looks like sphere. So sphygmomanometers. Sphygmomanometer. What that is? SPS. I should also look up the pronoun. Oh, sphygmomanometer is used for blood pressure. Oh, look at that. Sphygmomanometer.
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 Yeah, I don't like that how it's
Manometer.
sphygmomanometer. Okay, it's a sphygmomanometer that is used for a blood check, checking your blood pressure. India is also a part of Albania, Burkina Faso, Montenegro, Uganda, India. Funding, GEF is giving funding, execution, WHO is doing execution. So UNEP, GEF, WHO, all these are involved. India is also involved. Mercury is naturally occurring element, air, water, soil, only metal found in liquid state. That is something you can remember. It's not really a new fact, but something that can cause confusion. Only metal found in liquid state, yes. Persistent, bioaccumulative, toxic. All humans are exposed to low levels of mercury. Basically, there are some reference levels estimated to be safe. Gold mining, coal-based thermal power plant, volcanic emission. So what you have to remember is when there are volcanoes, mercury, and even gold flows in the air. Unfortunately, you cannot catch it. Anyway, it would be too hard to catch it, but I wish you could just run after it and get it. Effect is toxic effects on revenue. Yeah, it's bad for your nerves, digestion, reproduction, everything. There is Minamata disease. Basically, methyl mercury industrial use. Okay, so mercury is also done. So what is there to remember in mercury? UNEP has started an some kind of environment. It is used in sphygmomanometer and obviously thermometer. And what else? India is a member of this thing. GEF is funding it. It's the only metal at liquid state. Methyl mercury intake, Minamata disease, methyl mercury, all of these things. Oh, I'm sleepy, man. Minamata disease, or should I say Minamata convention? Let me just check if the chat is working for. One of the unfortunate problems of being a small stream, when you have a very small stream, is you don't have people constantly talking. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, okay. Chat is at least working, no problem. But I should go back and continue mercury. I'll try to finish off the pollution and environment degradation portion quickly. Can. Yes, I can. 2013 at Kumamoto, Japan. So Minamata Convention is 2013. I do remember that. Came into force 2017. First global legally binding treaty. Ban on mercury mines, phase out of existing, phase out of phase down of mercury. India ratified it in 2018. So India is a member. Obviously, India would be a member. Why India wouldn't? But 2013, 2017, that is something I have to remember. And then we do POP. Persistent organic pollutant. I know the Stockholm Convention is there. What else do I know about this? There is a dirty dozen list. Okay. Again, UNEP and GAF have done a proper study, and they are saying there is a decline, which is a positive news. Yeah, okay. 12 POPs. DDT especially has decreased in milk samples by 70%. But replacement POPs are now there. Per and perfluoroalkyl substance. That is just a name I should remember. Perfluoroalkyl substances or polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAs. They are detected at high levels. Okay. Yeah, this is where they can make those changes, right? They will just say even the replacement POPs are declining, but they are not. Sip of water. Testing chat. I'll do. I'm not quite sure why the Dell people have not called yet. They are thanking me for being a valued Dell customer. I'm just gonna put in a small reminder, yeah, that I'm available at the time, and you still haven't called. Let's see. Hopefully, they will see the mail quickly and call me. Sorry, that's just a loud bike in the background over there. Anyway, POPs are chemical substances. These are mostly carbon based. Pesticides, everything is there. Know that. Sometimes they are pesticides, industrial chemicals, so sometimes they are unwanted byproducts. Yeah. Resist photolytic, biological, chemical degradation. Yeah, I do remember this list. I remember just memorizing this list. Heptachlor is there, DDT is there, CCl4 is there. I think I have several names. I think I can pick out the names if I see them, like dieldrine, indrine, all these. I look at these 12 POPs. 12 POP. Yeah, aldrine. Yeah, polychlorinated biphenyls. This is a thing I don't remember where it has been asked, but I immediately recognize it at as a POP. I think it was in one of the Vision IS quizzes. Oh, I should check if the Vision IS quizzes there no there are not. Yeah, so key physical and chemical properties halogenated characterized by okay. They are often halogenated characterized by low water solubility. This is something they can ask. POPs are not very, they are low water soluble but highly lipid soluble. Semi volatile in nature. Endocrine glands are disrupted. Everything. Yeah. Stockholm Convention is an international legally binding. Yeah, Stockholm is legally binding. 2001, India ratified the Stockholm Convention in 2006. MOFCAC has notified the regulation of POP rules under EPA. GAF is the designated financial mechanism. So POP, what you have to remember is there is Stockholm Convention 2001, 2004, should I say? Then there is decline in their concentration, but they are still there. The alternatives are actually increased. Then photolytic, they are resistant. They are not water soluble but fat soluble. Then semi volatile. Okay. That takes care of POPs. Another simple topic. Most of the information here is already known. But yeah, 12 POPs. This hexachlorobenzene, heptachlor, then DDT, aldrin, chlordane, polychlorinated biphenyls, and this one, polychlorinated dibenzofurans. All of these I have read. I think last year I tried to memorize this list. That's why. Just you have to be able to recognize these names: Mirex, toxaphene, aldrin, DDT, hexachlorobenzene, heptachlor. All of these are POPs. Polychlorinated dibenzofurans, polychlorinated biphenyl. Yeah, okay, industrial chemicals, some of them are byproducts. But anyway, it's time to continue on with the next one. Dacthal or DCPA. It is a weed killing pesticide. Okay, so Dacthal or DCPA is a thing. What is it called? Pesticide. Bisphenol A, it's here again. Bisphenol A used in plastic packaging. It's a chemical primarily used in production of polycarbonate plastics and epoxy resins. Yeah, I know. This one I know. Yeah, just there was somebody at the door. Anyway, these per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, alkyl substances, I have already just did this. It can impair kidney function through disruptions in gut microbiota. Fine. These are called as forever chemicals. Exactly. Yeah, non-stick cookware, some cosmetics. This was also a question in the Vision IS quiz. Cardiovascular diseases, cancer, all those things. Yeah, exactly. Stockholm Convention. I just read the list. They were there. that takes care of the small news, and now you should do the terms in news as well. My god, there are just so many things to be done. It never ends. The terms in news, soil acidification is there. It is soil pH decreases. That's the only thing you have to remember. Nitrogen leaching is there. Organic residues. Okay. So for nitrogen fertilizers, organic residues, roots, all these things are causing. Loss of soil or inorganic carbon, loss of microbes, increased aluminum toxicity, rise in pathogenic fungi, not pathogenic fungi. I forgot what a parthenogenesis was it? I don't remember what exactly it was. Parthenogenesis. Yeah, exactly. I remember this. This was a question somewhere. I don't remember. Parthenogenesis is just self-fertilization, I think. Invertebrates such as rotifers, Daphnia, nematodes, aphids, as well as in some plants. So what you can do is lime, gypsum, or dolomite. I forgot what dolomite was. It was a part of my geology class. I think Mg, the magnesium thing, right? Dolomite is, yeah, CaMgCO3. CaCO3. Basically, instead of CaCO3, you add another MgCO3 there. Usually, it's just calcium, magnesium, right? Yeah, I remember dolomite. So what you do is you add lime. Lime is again calcium carbonate only, right? No, no, not fruit. Not the fruit. Lime is the material, calcium oxides. Gypsum is the calcium CaSO4.2H2O. I think. But anyway, so yeah, there is nothing much to remember in soil acidification. Just remember that roots do it, organic residues do it, leaching of nitrogen does it, and it can be fixed using lime, gypsum, dolomite, and the pH decreases. That is all that I have to remember. Then the next is their biocover. Biocover is there for yeah. If you are wondering what I just did there, I just put a small piece of licorice in my mouth. Not the uh, what is it called? Licorice is there are several kinds of licorice. This is like a, it's not some drug or something. It's just a medicine type thing. The funnier part is even a lot of medicines are now, a lot of drugs are now given as medicines, but this is literally a tree bark. If you just place it in your mouth sometimes, or you take a powder of it, then your throat isn't so sour. It's used by singers from India everywhere. It's not, doesn't do anything to your brain, so it's safe. So slag from iron and steel industry and flue dust from the cement plants, they can also be used to fix soil acidification, and obviously acid tolerant crops like sugarcane and banana can be used. This can also be a question. Sugarcane, banana, these are acid tolerant plants, right? So so biocover is basically put on an old dump site. Put on an old dump site so to control methane emissions. Biocover is simple topic, nothing much there. The grasshopper effect, I already just solved this in a quiz in the forum. I just quiz there. So basically, what they are saying is Arctic is a global sink because a lot of pollutants go from the entire globe to Arctic and get deposited there through small currents and such. That's why these pollutants and sorry, this grasshopper effect is there. So anyway, let me do the next one. So there is nothing to be done here. All you have to remember is what grasshopper effect is, and that's a simple thing. Aquatic deoxygenation and planetary boundaries. Okay. Aquatic deoxygenation should be a boundary. So aquatic deoxygenation is basically removing oxygen from water. I have to practice speaking a bit slowly and clearly and without so many pauses in the middle. That is just a habit I have to slowly develop so I can communicate with people more effectively. Otherwise, the way I speak seems to be very cut off and very distant. There is no flow. Anyway, I will continue reading. Aquatic deoxygenation is the overall decline in the oxygen content. Reasoning of underscoring. Yeah, global warming, greenhouse gases, warm surface layers in ocean prevent oxygen from mixing deeper. Okay. So basically, there are 9 planetary boundaries, and if you cross those, it's unlikely that the ecosystem will reach its original level again. So ozone depletion is still at the safe level. Ocean acidification is at the safe level. Atmospheric aerosol loading is still at the safe level. So three of the boundaries: ozone, ocean acidification, and atmospheric aerosol loading. These have not been crossed yet, but the other 6 have been crossed. Okay, that also takes care of the next one. Carbonate compensation depth is a simple phenomenon. When you look at rate of supply of calcium, calcium comes in from above and it starts dissolving. The deeper you go, one sec. I hath returned. I wonder what me was I or me was called in Old English. Like if you look at those thou and hast, those kind of English words, thou hath returned or something like that. Funny English. So when CO2 increases in the water, then it starts dissolving CaC carbonates faster and faster. Hydrogel is there. Why hydrogel is used is remove microplastics from water. IISc has developed it and it removes microplastics from water. I think that will be sufficient. polymer network bind plastic, trigger them using ultraviolet light radiation. That's actually very, very nice. I think that's a bit too much. Uh, then there is bioplastic. Oh, cassava starch. This is interesting. This is actually very cool. If you have cassava, apparently you can create bioplastic bags. I will just check because that looks very interesting. Are they there though? Let me just check. Yeah, these are bioplastic apparently. That is very, very cool. That is genuinely very cool. I don't know why this is not being uh, pushed more, but this is the easiest replacement, right? Oh, okay. They have similar toxicity and such. So basically, there should be no additive. They are still toxic. But how is that possible? What is vitrotoxicity? Yeah, apparently biotoxics are as toxic as regular plastics. That is just sad. This is basically the best option. Look at it. But I think this will be very expensive if you package quickly, package things in it very quickly. But anyway, I will continue on. This has no time for that. Then there is steel slag. We just saw that steel slag can be used for acidic, um, solving the acid problem, soil acidification problem. Oxides of calcium, iron, silicon, magnesium. Okay, that makes sense. Then the next part is road based coarse material. Okay, it is used for road base, it is used for blending material for Portland cement, fertilizer, soil improvement, etc. Then aerobiology. Aerobiology means real time bioaerosol monitoring. Bacteria, fungal spore, pollen grain viruses. Yeah. Global gas flaring tracker report. Okay. World Bank has released the report. What is gas flaring exactly? Oh, okay. Burning of yeah, I know. I am tempted to check out what a sleeping pod is.
Are you looking for a way to upgrade your sleep experience?
Somebody is saying hello. Acqui 73. Acqui, is it? Hello. Hope you're doing well. You showed up at the right time because I was just about to do something else other than sleeping. Sorry, studying. So you caught me, stopped me from getting distracted. What's up? Yeah, tomorrow is a test, so as you can understand, everything else is very, very interesting at the moment. Yeah, environment. It's one of the subjects for our exam, so I have to do some current updates, some terms in news. What are you up to? Like a programming language or a general use language? Which one? What is that? I have never heard of that one. It seems like some Spanish word or something. Where is it from? Oh, okay. People already started work on that. But this is the first time I have even heard of it. So seems like it didn't take off. Yeah, sure. 2 million is still a very large number. I did not expect that many people know it. I guess it's mostly in the academic circle or something, right? Because it would be very hard for to get people to speak it. I'm assuming you're copy pasting the sentence from somewhere, or you just said, okay. For a second, I thought it was a bot, but looks semi English like in terms of its basic alphabet use. La Horocantis Ferrante Granda Ihon. What does that mean? Chorus sang, making a large echo. Okay, that's is that a sentence you are learning, or you just chose the sentence? Because seems a little out of context. That's a very specific thing to choose. That's why I'm asking. You can at least guess. I guess me, the first word means you or yourself, right? Myself, basically. But, you like cats. I don't know which one I like more, but cats are unlikely to eat me at least. Yeah. And the last one seems to be shark, sarcogin or something. Okay. Nulo seems right, right? Because it's null, close to none. Unu is uno. Yeah, you can see some, figure out a little bit. Now is 9. Even in Hindi, it is, that is, in India we use Hindi, right? So the 9 is written as no, exactly as you have written there. Sep is also recognizable. 8 is okay. I'm guessing it's oct or something like that. A lot of the numbers keep. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be short for octagon. You say okay, right? Start with ok. That's why. I mean, I'm guessing you're the one learning the language, so you probably know better. Yeah, but the benefit of those sounds is you're able to read out the things exactly as they're written. That's something difficult to do in English. I don't think English allows, or English is not like that, right? You read one way and you pronounce it the other way. But languages like Hindi, you read exactly as you write. Yeah, it's very different from English. But still, I think this it would be a lot easier than learning something like Mandarin. From what I understand, Mandarin has like 10 different alphabets. Yeah, I'm trying to think of Hindi words there. And yeah, that that's actually a good analogy. Is it? I have always heard that Mandarin is very difficult to learn or specifically master. At least for me, Hindi wasn't at all difficult, but it's very similar to my own native language. So I had an advantage with Hindi. I know that's fine, but I don't know how Mandarin would be considered easier. No, I speak Marathi. It's Western Indian language. Yeah, Tamil will be difficult for me to learn because the alphabet and everything is difficult. Like what kind of names? Okay. I think Tamil people would be very upset if they heard that because it's a very old language, I think. Yeah, Marathi is different Hindi. That's fair enough. A lot of languages of northern India are very similar to Hindi, but when you go to South India, like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, or even Kannada, these are yeah, Malayalam, Kannada, or Tamil. They are not at all common in terms of their alphabet or just grammar. That's very different from Hindi. It's actually a completely different language family. But yeah, Marathi and something like say Odia or Gujarati or even Bengali, they are very very close to Hindi. I think that's more than sufficient. Most people don't even know if Hindi is the language spoken in India. They just speak Indian language. I was on Discord a few years ago, and one person actually asked me how he can learn to speak Indian. Yeah, but that's partly true because a lot of people in India do speak English. As you can see, I'm speaking in English as well. Sorry. That's a bit loud. I know. Yeah, generally in India, you can do well if you know English because it's just a part of school curriculum. So a lot of people at least use it at least in a broken manner. So you can do basic communication most parts of India. Okay. So you're from USA or some other place? You did say it's an American's view, so probably USA. Oh, you're in Portugal. Okay. Portuguese is more close to Latin than English, right? Yeah, remember the Mexican or Latin languages, Latin regions, that is South America, all of those languages are very close to Latin, while the English, as you say, comes from German. Yeah. German is also very close to Sanskrit, that is very commonly used in India. It's not commonly used anymore, but it was a very famous language, let's say, a couple of centuries ago. It's actually the base of all the major Indian languages. But even I know only how to read it, and I don't think I would be able to read advanced texts in the language. Okay. But I played Minecraft with an Indian. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Indians do play Minecraft. Not me, unfortunately. I have a nephew who does enjoy playing Minecraft a lot. Fortnite, Minecraft, all those. That's surprising, actually. I didn't expect anybody who plays Minecraft uh, to have that much love for cows. I mean, I do know people in real life that would be upset if you talk about killing cows and such, but not from the younger generation. At least the people who play these games online, and those would not be upset. Should not be upset, at least. Don't know. Yeah, that happens. Actually, when I was a child myself in Age of Empires, do you know Age of Empires? Have you played it? There are some animals in the game, and I would never kill those. Then I just got used to it because otherwise you don't get the free food and you fall behind. Even in Skyrim, I think you must have played Skyrim by now. So whenever the enemies would ask, say mercy, I give up, I would just walk away and then they would attack me. But that was at the start, early years. Yeah, everybody has been told that they will become violent if they play games. At least not in most of the people I know, considering we all grew up playing Call of Duty and Counter Strike, but nobody has been killing people. Apparently, there are some scientific studies that do back up the claim. Not that you will start killing, but there are more violent tendencies in those kids. But I don't really take that seriously because, I mean, if I have a son someday, he'll be fine. He can play whatever he wants. Then I think the video games are going to be least of your problems. Yeah. It's funny. My sister was asking me what games are too violent for the children, her son to play, and the kid was playing God of War and GTA and all those games. He's fine anyway, but still. I didn't have that strict parents. At least they were fine with me doing karate and boxing as a kid. So they were not so worried about video game violence, at least. But not even allowing you to play boxing is a bit much. Nice. No, I don't actually do karate anymore. It was just back when I was a child. Now I'm trying to do yoga and such so I don't feel old. So the joints stay healthy and everything. More towards fitness than sports now. Nice. Oh, I thought she just learned that it's fine. You just get used to things after a while. We did have a bit of a problem against World, that wrestling thing, WWE, if you know that one. Yeah, you're American. You probably know WWE. So that was a bit of a point of contention at our home. Like, should you watch it? Should you not watch it? Is it too violent? Yeah, you do. I just realized that you should know. A lot of my friends used to watch it, so we would go to his home, then we'd wait for a bit till he finished watching, and then we'd go to play. Yeah. Yeah, as a kid, used to enjoy that. Then, in the, let's just say, middle years, went through a phase where I was like, it's fake and cringe. And then I realized it's fine if it's fake and you can still enjoy it anyway. So I'm back to being neutral or positive about it. Yeah, but this is basically the kind of questions they asked. How many categories are there? Are these categories allowed or not? Like this white category no longer have to give their, like, get a permission to establish. Just general questions on this category, and who gives the certification, what act. These kind of questions are expected. There is somebody at the door. One sec. Yeah, okay, it was just a delivery guy. Amazon is here as well. Daily, those guys are bringing something. They still haven't figured out how to just package your whole atoms. Which game? Geometry Dash. I have never heard of that one. Okay, ordering things online, now it's a habit for me. Even the small things you get from Amazon. They do give reasonably good deals here. I think the best part is their customer service is very good, because if there is some problem in anything they have sold, they will usually replace it very quickly. Yeah, but big companies like Amazon wouldn't scam you, right? At least I haven't had a problem personally. Yeah, they can. I have heard some reports of people buying, let's say, an iPhone online and instead getting a rock in the parcel. But usually the Amazon people will refund the whole purchase for it. You just have to be careful. Like if it's a high value item, then you have to take a video of you opening the parcel and everything. No, I don't think it was Amazon, but some other site, an even shadier site. So yeah, they probably deserved that one. But in terms of electronics and such, I have actually bought things on Amazon, and they have been very uh, quick and responsible with it. Yeah, yeah, that's my usual preferred method, especially for high value items. Just buy it IRL. But the funnier thing is now these companies are themselves trying to get you to buy online. Like the Samsung phone I just got, they were very exclusive in terms of their. You just had to buy it online if you wanted to get a black phone. The price was same. You only had to buy it online. That's it. And they also offered you some extra credit and some deals. Yeah, not a fan, but not really anything you can do about that. Speaking of these purchases, the only problem I'm having at the moment is my laptop, which I purchased from physical store offline, and it keeps crashing. So the store guys are sending an engineer over sometimes. They are trying to call me and trying to get it fixed. It's actually not working. That's the benefit with something like Amazon, right? They will quickly replace the product if there is a real issue then. Yeah, even in terms of shoes, I was trying to buy running shoes last 2 3 months ago, because as just said, I was trying to do a 5 kilometer run, right? So I wanted some running shoes for the practice and everything. I went to the store, and those guys were only selling me very high end models. The store only had high end models, and I asked, Where is your basic model?" They said I should get it off the online store. Because if they keep a cheap model, then most people will just buy the cheap model. Especially in terms of shoes and running shoes or something, people just buy it and then never use it, right? That's why uh, you'd rather make a small investment at the start. I speak English, Marathi, and Hindi. I can read Sanskrit but cannot speak or anything like that. I could probably recognize a little bit from the southern languages as well, but I am not fluent in any of them. So English, Portuguese, and Esperanto, was it? Is that how it's called? Yeah, I can't see where it is. Oh, German. Oh, you didn't count the Esperanto yet. Am I pronouncing it correctly or is it called something else? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So how are you even learning that one? Like, are there courses for it or something? Nice. It has actually been a while since I have learned a language seriously. I was thinking of doing better with some Indian languages and take up something like Spanish or Mandarin even, but never really got around to it, especially because I'm just stuck in this exam at the moment, right? Oh, European Portuguese. How much difference is there between the two? The good thing about having a small stream is you can relax. Sure, you can send me one video and I can check it out. Yeah, thanks. I'll keep the link, but right now I should just read the things I'm supposed to be reading. Yeah, as I was saying, the good thing about having a small stream is you can talk whatever you want. You don't have to worry about any Brazilian in the chat getting offended over this. We did have Portuguese rule in parts of India as well for a few centuries there on the western coast. So I have wanted to visit Portugal for a while. It would be nice to just come and visit sometime. I have heard the architecture is very good there. Ah, okay. Do you happen to watch any animated series or something like that? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, anime, basically. Because a lot of people watch voice actors from different languages try to do the same line and compare. That's a lot of fun to listen to. Oh, okay. Dragon Ball, I think most people only watch Japanese or English. Personally, I prefer English, but some people do like the original Japanese as well. I think Jujutsu Kaisen is the one that has a lot of voice comparisons. In Dragon Ball, you prefer Japanese. Generally, in 99% cases, I prefer Japanese, but Dragon Ball is like one of the exceptions. Maybe because I watched it growing up and the English voices are just there in my head now. Let me fight you. Have you watched the Team 4 Star version of? Uh, it's a parody on YouTube that they have dubbed the whole thing into 60 episodes, 60 very short episodes. No, no. Since you have watched Dragon Ball, there is a parody of Dragon Ball on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. It's like 10-minute episodes each, but actually very good. I mean, the sense of humor is a bit dark at many places, but other than that, it's very funny. But they have also done a very good job on dubbing the whole show. So they have covered the first 3 arcs of Dragon Ball Z into 60 episodes of around 10 minutes each. Then you should enjoy that one. It takes a little bit of time to get started because it was a very small group of friends who started the thing. But I think a lot of them are now professional voice actors. So the quality just goes on improving with time. Yeah, but I was saying just in terms of dubs, the anime and those people usually make a comparison of the same dialogues in different languages. It's very interesting to listen to. Yeah, that happens a lot. That has happened to me as well on some completely benign things, not even related to race. Yeah, yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. Yeah, I guess we do share a sense of humor then. I can see why people would be offended by it, but it's a joke anyway. If I find it funny, then usually I don't care. Yeah. At first, they are offended, and if you're not offended, then you're part of the problem. There is just no winning there. Yeah. Actually, in Northeast India, there are a lot of yeah, there are a lot of people in Northeast India uh, who are very similar to Chinese in terms of culture. So we did have some friends who would we could make these jokes with them, and they would join us in laughing at least. That was mainly with regards to dogs, not cats so much. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think the chess subreddit would really not like that one. I think there is another one in this on similar lines, like treat your girlfriend like a queen, sacrifice her if you see checkmate. Ouch. No rooks. That one I don't get. Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense. Yeah. So you watch some stand-up comedians or such? Any such people? Never gets old. Yeah, I've heard that one. Have you heard of Jimmy Carr? CARR Carr. Yeah, I think British comedian. British American, I don't know exactly. But he's known for very dark jokes. He actually got in some trouble recently regarding some Holocaust joke or something. Yeah, Family Guy, Simpsons. I watch clips, but I have never watched the whole shows completely. I do enjoy the clips though. The good thing about those shows is they really don't hold any limits with regard to what they would joke about, right? So nobody really gets upset. I mean, people do get upset, but at that point it doesn't matter because they don't really believe in any boundaries. Did not see that coming. Huh? I was just doing the math in my head and then Is Family Guy still going or did it finish? I think there are like 20 plus seasons of both Family Guy and Simpsons, right? It's just difficult to catch up to. But maybe if you just put it on the side and do something, you would not notice when it was completed. Personally, the show has to be a little bit less in terms of content for me to really enjoy it, because long running shows tend to dip in quality, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. I should have expected that one. Whoa. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. It just keeps going and going and going. So if you don't feel like starting the show. I don't know if the quality is still there as it used to be, but my general experience with these shows is early seasons are good, then at some point they get bored and they just start doing whatever they like. You're in Switzerland now, but you can just watch it through VPN or something, right? Ah, okay. Sure. Okay. That sounds like something an American Southerner would say, like a rural pickup line, if you will. Might even work. Yeah, that actually is funny. That has several layers of darkness. Yeah, I think Jimmy Carr has a similar bit regarding pickup, not exactly pickup lines, but he says that, yeah, probably people really don't like it. But I think a lot of it comes from just being advertiser friendly and all those things. But anyway, I was just talking about Jimmy Carr. He says if you go up to a girl, you should start the conversation with some kind of opening line, like break the ice and give her a compliment, like, wow, you're really fast, you nearly got away. He does a lot of those jokes. And usually he's the person who is in some that is doing something dark, so it's not like he's pointing at someone else. For example, like a Palestinian person is filling a form for the passport, and there are columns like gender and occupation. So under the occupation, what do they write? They write by Israel. Yeah, he did get in. There was some controversy regarding Mr. Beast recently. I just didn't pay attention to what it was. No, I'm not all that familiar with who he is or his team or any of it. I've just heard what he does. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not an excuse. People are just going to. I don't even know how many of the activists are serious about their cause. Uh, no, I haven't. Is that the new acronym or is that some kind of joke? Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be laughing, but be- did someone just put a BBQ at the end? Yeah. Yeah, I can't really tell which one is serious because it just keeps expanding, right? Every time you see, there is something new. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the other one is MAP. I have heard of that one. Never really came up in discussion with anybody I know, but yeah, I think people are just trying to figure out what exactly is normal and what is not, and that's causing a lot of issues. People are just trying to fix the world, but it's not that easy to fix, everything is complicated. And they don't really like when somebody questions what they're thinking. Yeah, sure. Okay. You fix USA through strict religion. Yeah, just hold on. Yeah, but they already have a religion of their own, right? They don't even follow that one properly. But really, a basic code of morals would. Yes. He actually might. Yeah, that is one unpredictable president. He's an entertaining president, at least, that you can give him. Oh, God. Hello? Yeah, I can't tell if it's a spam company or something calling me, or it's the Dell guys who are trying to fix the laptop from. Yeah, I'm generally not in favor of state intervention in these things. Yeah, yeah, I don't have a card to redeem anyway, but I did get a lot of calls last year regarding a policy that was in my name apparently, and I just had to pay some 50,000 to get the rest of the amount back. Wow, you showed up at the right time. Hello. I think okay, you last time you made the same joke and you showed up exactly when it was being made. Yeah, the call disrupted our flow. You're talking about making the whole LGBT thing illegal by Trump. We're talking about Trump. It's a UPSC Forest Services exam. You probably know that one, but you know the main civil services exam, right? Nice. Yeah, sometimes they don't expect you to know these things. Have a little bit of knowledge on scams or technical how technical things work. We have not a friend but an acquaintance. A few people we think they might be working for a scam company. I really hope they are not. If they get caught one day, then yeah. Did HopeQ just come in, make the do not redeem the card joke and left? Absolutely. I think this is the third time he has made the joke, but he showed up at the. Yeah, he's here. Okay. Yeah, nowadays they are even doing the digital arrest scams. Like they just video call you and they say that you are under digital arrest. Do not close the window and pay money for before you close the window. People get scared and actually pay. That is just sad, man. Especially considering a lot of parents here would very quickly believe the police in these regards. No, that just means you are not allowed to close the window. They put up a whole inspector get up, like police get up, the whole uniform and everything, and they talk you through the call. In India, we actually have a clip going around of one of the scammers calling the cyber fraud unit chief, and they are trying to scam him. Yeah, I was going to say something about Ronaldo, but anyway, I'm not that well versed in terms of football to actually hold a conversation in that category. What's the first one? I actually don't know what that even means. Oh, okay. Yeah, as I said, I don't watch football a lot, so I wouldn't know about that one. As I said, Portugal, I know a little bit about because it's a part of our history. Yeah, Portuguese were actually the first Europeans who came to India in not literally the first Europeans, but after the whole fall of Constantinople thing happened, they came to India through sea route and established a factory here and everything. It was probably in your history textbooks as well, Vasco da Gama or something like that. His name was. Yeah, I was just going to say I need to end the stream now because it's time to go have lunch, and the Dell engineers are calling me as well. So I'll have to get the other laptop fixed, hopefully by today, so I can just get back to the original setup. All right, see you. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun. And keep it up with the language. Let me know if you learn it, you master it quickly enough. Yeah, I'm just going to close the stream now. So I'm saying goodbye to you and Okyo if he's there. Going to go and redeem the card. See you.